Good morning from Greenswood Emmy Homestead. Tech's on my Honda Element. And we're here in Branson, Missouri after delivering some customers yesterday to the Big Creek Lodge, Cedar Creek Lodge, one of those. And anyway, we're set up base here for the weekend while they're in the lodge. And if you'll notice, Tammy's hood is up. So what could be going on there? Alright, so I noticed that yesterday coming in, this thing ran perfect all the way up here. No overheating, no any of that. Remember, I cleaned out the condensing coils. I noticed it was trying to overheat, so I shut off the AC and the temperature went right back down like it's supposed to. But after inspection, I noticed that the air conditioning unit is clattering. It's starting to go out, so it's putting undue load on the car. Well, if both those fans are working properly, it should handle the load, because it's been running at 105 down in Dallas. It's only in the 80s up here. So let me show you. There's a way to check out your fans, and let me just take you there real quick. Well, let me explain it before I turn them on and it gets noisy. If you just turn on your key to the on position and turn your AC on, both these fans, if they're working properly, should come on. So as you can see, they're both working properly. So that tells you there's nothing wrong with the system, nothing wrong with the AC talking to the fans. So what could be the issue then? And so this is the fans not running, key's still on. So with the temperature up, because it has been running, the radiator fan should still be on and cooling with the key on. So I did some research this morning, and this has a heat element sensor. It basically does the same thing that the thermostat used to do, except this time they're done electronically. Of course, we know everything needs to run on computers and not manual anymore. It still has a thermostat in it, but the temperature for the fans regulates off of that temperature sensor at the bottom of the radiator. I'm going to go ahead and take it apart because I'm going to show you a way to bypass. Should this happen to you out on the road, you need to know what to do to get you to home or to a service station so you don't have it overheated. You don't want to melt these motors down. And also it's going to help you out with a quick fix. If you look at that green plug right there, that goes to the back of the alternator, but that's basically what we're looking for at the bottom of the radiator. I'm going to take that plug off and bypass that switch, making a full contact, telling it to come on. So give me a second and we'll get this set up. So if you're not carrying a tool bag with you when you're traveling, you need to start. If you're not comfortable with working on your Honda Element, find a good mechanic. So here's the deal. My car has 120,000 miles. The only thing I've done on mine is I've changed the oil and I've put gas in it. It's been as reliable as any Honda could ever be. My wife's has 175,000 miles on it, which means just because the motor is still in perfect condition, the drivetrain is still in perfect condition, all the other elements of the motor, pardon the pun, all of your rubber, all of your electronics, they start getting tired. So you need to be prepared to change belts and hoses and just typical things that you would do if you got a car that's going to last more than 100,000 miles. So bring a tool bag. And if you think you don't need it in there, grab that one too, because you do need it. So this little pouch right here basically has everything that I possibly could need to fix this car. So keep that in mind if you're traveling. It would be devastating if we got halfway home with a unit full of customers and now this is broke down on the side of the road because now you've just ruined their time. So we're going to make sure this thing is running. We got 3 days to do it, and it's about a 15-minute project. So let me get up underneath there. I'm going to dig it out, and I'm going to show you what it's going to take for this stuff to make this thing work. Okay, there's a reason they call this shade tree mechanics, because we need to find a cooler place. All right, so let's see if I can do this without turning you upside down and riding a roller coaster. This panel right here, you need to access what's behind it. So if you haven't seen how to take one of these off, it's pretty simple. You're not trying to hold a camera and do it at the same time. It's pretty simple. Okay, so I don't bore you with just pulling pins out and taking the shield up. I don't think I have to take the shield completely off to access this. Oh, look at there. Now you know what those little plastic shields are for. When you drop your tools,